Welcome back, everybody. It's nice to see you. Hold on, I cannot see you, but you can see me, so it's good to never mind. Anyways, criticism, yeah, it's a biggie, and it's everywhere. We see it in the world, and we see it in church. It's something that we cannot run away from. But the ways of the Lord are not the ways of the world. And this is what the Lord is saying through inspiration. Like I was saying before, and from what you read in the quotation, criticism is something that we cannot avoid, and it's something that leads to gossip. Our mission is to be Christ-like, and I've stated that in all the videos that I've posted so far. And our job is to influence the world for the better. And with that spirit, we should avoid making any judgment. In other words, in this world, we are not judges. We are not to condemn. We are not to interpret other people's actions into our own conclusions. We cannot criticize people on their behavior, on the things they're lacking on, or the mistakes they have done. We're human, we err, we are born in sin, we have that character that is always inclined to do evil. And meanwhile, we are trying to build our character to be more like Christ. Then there shouldn't be any time to criticize. One of the reasons that I started doing short documentaries about other people is to show that in this world we all go through difficulties. If you saw Abraham's documentary, I would suggest you go watch it right now before doing this video, and a shout out to him for being brave and sharing his story. So the documentary is to show that kind of like the behind the scenes of what happens around what we do not see. For example, you can see me that I'm here, sharing all these videos, but you don't see the other side of me. You don't see what I'm going through life. And you might, be quick at judgment and say, oh, this is a great guy. Or you might say, oh, he's just full of it. And it's sad because criticism is a form of jealousy. As we found out, jealousy ends up to enviness, and enviness is like murder. So you're killing your brethren. There's been often times in the church that people even use the pulpit to criticize the brethren, or even pick on people. Ministers do it, pastors do it, everybody does it, and there seems to be like nobody cares about it. There's been instances where they've actually called out people and said, you are dressed wrong, you don't have your shirt tucked in. People call out people in front of the pulpit, and the pulpit shouldn't even be used for that, or the presenter shouldn't be doing that, or any of us should be doing that. In one of the youth camps that I went to called the Kingdom Uprising, the theme was that God calls to young men and women that have hearts uncorrupted, that will glorify God and will bless humanity. And the most important part is the blessing to humanity. You and I, if we want to bless humanity, we have to forget about criticizing others. If someone's wearing a beanie, if someone's playing the guitar, if someone likes a different color than you, if someone likes artwork, if someone watches movies, or if someone's not dressed appropriately, your job is not to go there and tell them, why are you wearing this? Why are you watching this? Why are you doing this? That's not your job. Your job is to set up an example, and your example is to be Christ-like. While you're trying to build up your character and the fruits of Christ show up in your life, that example will show to others that if you can do it, they can do it. If you stop from criticizing others, you will end the threat of gossip, because criticism leads to gossip. And another thing is that in the quotation that we read, it says that we are neglecting our souls. If you're criticizing, you're neglecting your souls. Why is that? It's because salvation is individual. I cannot save you, you cannot save me. The path to salvation is of one with Christ. You cannot take your luggage, you cannot take your character, you cannot take anything. You have to dispose of all of those things. While you're trying to do that, you cannot go on the other path of criticism. Criticism is self-destructive. It destroys other people, it destroys you, because you become quick at judgment. You become quick at judging others. You see a person, and just by looking at them, you're already criticizing them. You are to love one another. We are to love one another. We cannot go into the path of misinterpreting Christ. We cannot show other people that religion is all about criticism, because you go out in the world and you hear about religion, they say, oh, religion is about, criticizing everybody. It's about separation. It's about putting strict rules. And it's none of that. It's your relationship with God. Religion is a lifestyle. It's your relationship with God. And when you're doing that, you have no room for criticizing the actions and thoughts of other people. What you can do is influence them to do good. And how do you do that? Is by showing your example, what you can do through God, how you can bless humanity through your actions with God, obviously, and how these other people that are probably doing wrong, or are probably having a hard time in life, or are having difficult moments, you can influence them to do good. You can inspire them. You can show that even though this road has a rough terrain, it gets better. And while we start disposing of criticism, we start disposing gossip, and all of a sudden we are united. Criticism and gossip are one of the major points that create this unity in the church, that create this unity among leaders, because we're all thinking about what the other person is thinking and what they think about ourselves. We should be thinking about what Christ thinks about us, how he sees us through his eyes. And he urges us to live up to his name and to live how he lived. Remember to think, what would Jesus think about the person? What would he do? Do you see your brethren with kind eyes and a kind heart? Do you see your brethren with different intentions or hidden intentions? What do you want to gain from them? If you're thinking about that, then you should be thinking about how you can dispose of all those things. When you start doing that, you will see life differently. Your perspective on how love should be will be completely different. Instead of people saying, oh, he criticizes a lot, oh, he passes judgment a lot, they will say, oh, look, he's merciful, kind-hearted, and he's quick to forgive. And those traits are from Christ. And they will not see you, but they will see Christ, and how your relationship with him has flourished into a blessing to other people. So today, go on your day without criticizing, and you'll see how better your life will be, how much good you will see in other people. Even though they are going through hard stuff, they're still good, and you might be surprised of the things you can learn from them. I hope you have a great day, and that the Lord may bless you throughout. And if you like this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe if you want to see more.